man, happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Hey there.
Hey, Mace. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Glad to be
you
here.
You got the memo. It looks like we all talked to each other.
Yes.
Kind of.
Hey, we definitely want to talk
Maybe.
to you. Thank you so much for joining us for KARE 11 News at noon. We are following breaking news from the Supreme Court just a few hours ago, upholding a law to ban TikTok across the U.S. Cece, I know this is a decision that we've been waiting to hear for a while now.
We really have. I mean, with just one day left for ruling, the justices will allow the government to take action against the social media site. So I've got some answers about how that could impact users and what kind of comes next.
Yes, lots of folks will be listening into that. Also, can we talk about these temperatures? We've been on a wild ride.
Yes, and we're on the top of the roller coaster now, and it's just going to be quite a fall here in the next couple of days. Warm outside right now, though. We're at 36, 37 degrees. The clouds have streamed back into the area. You see the metro at 37, but it's really starting to drop now in northern Minnesota, where it was above freezing this morning. Now Thief River Falls falling down to 21, and the wind is beginning to howl up there as well. Again, lots of clouds, some sunny breaks. Can't rule out a flurry or two today or a burst of light snow. Or some snow showers as the low pressure center is spinning there north of Winnipeg and dropping into northwest Minnesota. You can see the winter weather advisories out for northern and western Minnesota, blowing snow gusts 50, 55 miles an hour, and wind advisories for southwest Minnesota, where there will only be a few flurries at most, but the gusts will be rather high. You can see the area in red there north of Thief River Falls. Those are actually blizzard warnings, and up near Lancaster, Hallock area. This is in Kittson County near the Canadian border. Look at the blowing snow. It's not as much falling, just the snow on the ground being pushed around by the 50 to 60 mile an hour winds. Nearby Thief River Falls is 37 with gusts up to 46. So pretty breezy day up north. We will see our wind increase, and of course our temperature will be tumbling as well. Not right away, but late tonight and then this weekend, much colder.
Mace, thank you. And you know, when those frigid temperatures kick in, we will all need to bundle up to avoid spending too much time outside. Still, some Minnesota traditions will go on this weekend. Audrey Russo has those details for us.
There's a host of outdoor events happening this weekend for winter warriors, including the Art Shanty Project out here on Lake Harriet. Now, it's hard to believe that this is the same event that was cut short last year because of the warm weather. Obviously, that is not the situation this year. And if you're not careful, being outside for too long could result in frostbite. Looking at their website, the Art Shanty Project organizers have a lot of events scheduled for Saturday, running from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 6 hours of activities in negative 30-degree wind chill. Stillwater's World Snow Celebration is also happening this weekend, and they have attractions that remain open after sunset. Now, the National Weather Service says in these temperatures, frostbite can show up after just 15 minutes outside. So if you want to go out, layer up, get hand warmers, and keep an eye out for numbness and that pins and needles sensation. Those are some of the early symptoms of frostbite. And of course, we all know that the cold can affect our phone and drain the battery a lot faster. So tech experts recommend, if you want to go out in these cold temperatures, to make sure your phone is mostly kept in your pocket, protected from the wind. They also recommend switching it on battery saver mode to help the battery last longer. If your phone does die in the cold, though, they recommend not turning it back on until after it's been inside for a little bit to warm back up. Slow and steady. Back to you.
Audrey, thank you. And if you haven't already, scan the QR code you see here on your screen to get that KARE 11 app. It's free. You can get customized forecasts, weather alerts, and live radar anytime. Now to that breaking news from the Supreme Court ruling in favor of a law to ban TikTok. It's a move that could impact millions of users in the U.S. Cece, where does the court's decision leave us?
Yeah, so it was a unanimous decision made just a few hours ago. The High Court ruled that a federal law President Biden signed last spring is constitutional. So the ban on TikTok in the U.S. can take effect Sunday. The court rejected an appeal from TikTok's owners, claiming the controversial ban violates the First Amendment. The Biden administration warned the app posed a grave national security threat because of its ties to China. And under the law, to avoid being banned in app stores in the U.S., TikTok's Chinese owner must sell it. The Biden administration says it doesn't plan to enforce the ban and will leave that up to President-elect Donald Trump, who will be inaugurated Monday. TikTok's CEO has been given prime seating at the inauguration. It's been reported this week that TikTok could shut down the app to users in the U.S. entirely on Sunday, but it won't be required to do that. It just has to be pulled from the app stores. Officials say in the chance that ByteDance decides to sell TikTok to a U.S. company or group of investors, potential buyers may have to pay between $40 billion and $50 billion. You know, this is a tough verdict for the 170 million people in the U.S. who use the app, but there could be a lifeline on the way. President-elect Trump urged the justices to delay the ban to give his administration an opportunity to pursue a resolution when he takes office. I'll have more details about that in 30 minutes.
Cece, thank you. And we are just 3 days out from the inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump. Security preparations are already underway in Washington, D.C. 250,000 people are expected to attend on Monday, and thousands of others are planning to protest. Authorities say they're constantly monitoring for threats. And on the big day, tens of thousands of federal, state, and local law enforcement agents and military will be on the ground and in the air. All living presidents, foreign dignitaries, and celebrities are expected to attend. In the Israel-Hamas war, Israel's security cabinet has now approved a ceasefire deal. It still requires approval from the Israeli government, but top leaders say that if that goes through, a ceasefire would begin as soon as on Sunday. That's when the first hostages could be released and the war would be put on pause. Meanwhile, Israel continues to hit Gaza with airstrikes. Back here at home right now, a group is gathered in search of a missing man. Here he is on your screen. Take a look for me. Apple Valley officers are looking for 42-year-old Shu Zong. Zong is a pizza delivery driver. They say that he missed 4 deliveries Tuesday, then just never came home after his shift. Searchers are focusing on parks and parking lots in Richfield today because they say that that's where he was last seen and where he used someone's phone to try to call his family. Police say he was driving a red or burgundy Toyota Camry with Minnesota plate CWT 545. So please, if you know where he is, Apple Valley Police want to hear from you. Well, today we have a better look at Governor Walz's 2-year, nearly $66 billion budget proposal he unveiled just 24 hours ago. It comes with a 0.075% statewide sales tax cut, a first in state history. Now, there's also a tax hike on some legal and accounting services and cuts that will impact special education transportation funding. It's all an effort to keep a potential $5 billion deficit through 2029 at bay. Lawmakers have until July 1st to approve a budget or risk a shutdown. Well, in the last couple weeks, there's been a lot of people out sick. I'm sure that you've noticed that. And the Minnesota Health Department says that right now it's coming from 3 directions.
I'm Lou Raguse. There are more cases of influenza in Minnesota right now than in any other 2-week period over the last 5 winter seasons. That, along with a spike in COVID-19 and RSV cases, means hospitals statewide are more full right now than they've been in 2 years. In addition to that, whooping cough cases in Minnesota are still rising, affecting young people mostly with a median age of 14. Nationwide, the CDC wants the flu cases to be tested to determine exactly what strain of flu is prevalent because of a handful of bird flu cases affecting people as well.
Listen, you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who has not dreamed of traveling, especially with all of this cold weather we've been getting here in the Twin Cities. But cost is often the reason why people just don't book their flights. So today we can help you out. I am so excited to have Shakima Smith, the founder of Travel Like a Boss, here with us. A lot of people know her as the passport abuser, all the way from New Jersey, but has family ties here in Minnesota. Shakima, I'm so happy that you could make some time. I never know where you are. I'm happy that you're stateside, but you're always somewhere. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me, Alexis.
Of course. You know, you have shared so many gems, especially for a lot of solo travelers out there. I mean, you've been doing this for a long time. Share with us how you can turn everyday purchases into tickets.
Alexis, I have not paid cash for a flight in 3 years, and so many people around the world can do the same. Most people don't know this, but airlines will actually give you airline miles for eating out. So if you head over to Google right now, type in your favorite airline, whatever that may be, and put next to it the keywords dining program, you'll see that a lot of airlines will provide miles just for eating out. Also, each and every time I fill up at the gas tank, I also earn miles. So, for all the listeners out there, don't be afraid to head over to Google, type in your favorite airline, and type in fuel rewards, and then see what's out there.
I have a saying I always say, if it's a discount, we can work it out. I like when that happens. Tell me a little bit about your story because, I know that everybody knows you, especially online, as the passport abuser. We've seen you on many different big platforms, but how in the world did you get started in the first place?
Actually, it was so organic, Alexis. I got started with solo travel after a horrible girls' trip. And I actually didn't think initially that it would be my lifestyle. I decided to do a social experiment and just take one solo trip, one trip. But I had such a wonderful time that country number 1 solo turned into country 84 solo. And here we are.
Oh my goodness, 84, the things that you have seen. And what I love about it is that you allow us to try to think about how to live brave and authentic. I just love that you're living that out loud. Now, you're also trying to teach people. So you're actually starting a new course with your company, Travel Like a Boss. Tell me about that.
Yes, Alexis. So Fly for Free University, my brand new course, teaches people how to ace their first solo trip and also how to earn 1 million airlines without paying cash.
I love that so much. What's one thing that you want everybody to think about the next time that they even have an inkling to travel?
Just remember, guys, that if you sit down on an airplane, the girl sitting next to you with the big curly hair has not paid for a flight, and you should do the same.
I like that. That sounds like a t-shirt to me. Shakina, thank you so much. I love the freedom of traveling. You've really figured it out. And, of course, we'll continue to connect with you. And the next time you make it here to visit your family in Minnesota, make sure that, you call some people. Now you got the KARE 11 News at Noon family behind you.
Thank you so much for that, Alexis.
Oh, man. Well, you can find her Instagram under the handle The Passport Abuser. We'll be back.